Section 8-11, Symmetry. We have three definitions. Line symmetry. Created when you can draw a line through a plane figure so that the two halves are mirror images of each other. It says a figure is symmetrical. Then line of symmetry. The line along which the figure is divided. And then asymmetry. When we add a to the beginning of a word, it will mean not. So if there's asymmetry, the figure is not symmetrical. So let's decide whether each of the figures has a line symmetry. If it does, draw all those lines of symmetry. So look at figure A and B. Draw a line of symmetry if you can. Figure A has no line of symmetry. Here's your base. This is a right angle on this line, but this you can see kind of tilts in as it goes up. So these two sides are not the same if I try to slice this and fold it over. Let's check figure B. It does have a line of symmetry straight down from the tip of the arrow to the center of the base. Let's find all the lines of symmetry in the figures below. Hit pause and then draw the lines of symmetry. Well, our kite has two lines of symmetry, a vertical line of symmetry and a horizontal line of symmetry. Our banner, did you get to draw one? No, there are no lines of symmetry on the banner. If I tried to cut it horizontally, our curves do not match up. If I try to draw a line vertically in the middle, again, our curves do not match up. We can have what we call rotational symmetry. It happens when a figure is rotated less than 360 degrees around a central point, and it will look exactly the same as it is being rotated. And the center of rotation is very important. That's that point that we're going to be rotating around. So here's our figure. Looks like some stained glass here. Our center of rotation, of course, is in the center. And we find a line of symmetry. And then we see if we can rotate the figure and if it will look exactly the same as we rotate it. So if I take this point, rotate it 90 degrees, the figure will still stay the same looking. And I can rotate it another 90 degrees. It will stay the same looking. I can rotate it another 90. Again, it looks the same. And I rotate it back to the original position. So even though it's in the original position, I did rotate it 4 times to get it back to its original. In each of those 4 times, it looked exactly the same. Let's tell how many times each figure will show rotational symmetry within one full rotation. So let's draw a line of symmetry. So here's my starting point. How far can I rotate this until it's going to look exactly the same? I can rotate it to here. 1 rotation. This point can then go to here. My second rotation. This point is now going to here. My third rotation. And I've got to get it back to home plate. And that is my 4th rotation. How many lines did we get to draw? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 times within a 360 or full circle rotation. So how many times will each figure show rotational symmetry with one full rotation? Let's see what this one tells us. When I draw my lines from the center of the figure out through identical places, so I've cut this into 3 pieces, haven't I? So I bet I will have, counting my number of lines, 3 rotational symmetries, because I take this to this, it's the same amount of space. Here to here, it's going to look the same, and here to here. 1, 2, 3 matches up with my 3 lines that I've drawn. How many times will this show full rotational symmetry? If you draw those lines of symmetry through your figure, 1, 2, how many did you draw from the center? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times it can rotate. What is this transformation? I have a line. I have my original figure. And then my image. What has happened? I have reflected it. Decide whether each figure has a line symmetry, and if it does, draw the lines of symmetry. Go ahead and pause now and draw those lines. All right, let's see how you did. Wow, but we just count each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lines of symmetry. 1 line of symmetry. And, oh, I'm sorry, this one was the rotational symmetry. So there would be 8 rotationals. Now this octagon's not a good one. It kind of got stretched out there, didn't it? So it's not a really good picture, but it would have it coming here, 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 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 rotational symmetries. And that's the end of section 8-11, Symmetry and Rotational Symmetry.